Not working. Missed. Let me just see. I'm not too sure. It's not working. Okay. But here it is. That is really interesting. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's working now. Hello, hello. Good morning. Let me just know when you can see and hear me. Then I get some feedback from you. There are definitely a couple of people in here this morning. That is exciting. So, and then we will start in a second with the topic of this Monday morning webinar is when do you need a feasibility study? Let me just short introduce myself. My name is Dagmar Breiling-Murray. I'm the CEO and the funding strategist here at Funding Connection. We assist companies and entrepreneurs to raise capital. We do that first through some strategic advice. We first determine, do you qualify for any of the available funds, grants? Is your project and venture interesting for potential investors or other financiers? If yes, we can assist you to draft the business plan. We can also assist you, of course, to do a feasibility study. And then in the next step, we can also assist you to raise then the capital. Ben, you can hear and see me. Yay! Thanks very much for the feedback. I had some problems this morning. I'm not in my own office. They are just renovating the windows, and yeah, that's definitely too loud there to do so. So I hijacked my husband's office. That's why it looks here a little bit different. So, what is a feasibility study? Let's start with that. Whenever you want to do a new venture, or if you want to expand, it always makes sense to do a feasibility study. Does it always need to be that complex? What we offer here online, our big projects? No, there can be some shortcuts, only a portion out of this, and we can all cater for this. That's why it is so important really to have a clear understanding what you want to do. Then we can advise you what you really need. Yeah. So I've done a couple of times a portion of a feasibility study. That means we just had a look at the market. Are there enough people living in this area, having the means to be able to pay for your services? One was a school. How many kids are living in this area? What are the competitors around it? What specifics they cater for? What specifics do you want to cater for? We've done a couple of feasibility studies where our clients were not too happy after the first after they received it, because my advice would be, don't do that. I am too worried for you, and I'm always explaining why. Yeah. So the one was she would only rely on tourists, and we had a look when our tourists there. Majority of the tourists would have been only over the summer holidays. Of course, the area has also tourists throughout the year, but the income brackets they were going there was not high enough for them to really justify the high-end service she wanted to offer there. We had a look, there were enough competitions in this area, and my advice would just be, it's keep in mind, we are only able to advise you, and I'm always clear to explain to you why I recommend or why I not recommend. At the end of the day, it's your business, it's your venture. You make the decisions. In some cases, you may know the market a little bit better, you have a different feeling for it. I personally like, specifically if it is about money, and you want to earn money there, I like to make decisions based on numbers. Yeah, not on I'm running around and seeing there are lots of people with big cars there, and 2 days later, this lady also called us and said, "Thanks very much, Dagmar. I know I was disappointed when you gave us this recommendation, but I totally understand." I went out, I had a look. I said, "Go there, have a look at the parking lots. What sort of cars are there?" So just for her to understand that our recommendation, I don't think that there is the high-end market, the millionaires are going there to be able to afford her services. Yeah. So just this was this is a full feasibility study what we have done there for this one project. We also have done only the market research where we had a look at the area and only concentrated on the target market. In some cases, I only do the financial forecast to determine does this make sense or does this not make sense. In other cases, we just had a look at the competitors and said, okay, so you're assuming you are able to sell this service for 100,000 rand. There's competitors out there, they do the similar thing for 60,000 rand. And then you have an idea and you can say, okay, why are you more expensive? Are you able to explain this to clients that they see the benefits? And in some cases they can see the benefits. Yeah. And in some cases they see the benefits and say, okay, so I understand why I need here to pay more. I see the benefits. I value these benefits. I'm willing to pay more. Then we can go ahead. Then we can draft the full business plan. And then we can also be able to raise the capital. And we are able in this business plan to tackle the concerns, what we figured out in this feasibility study. Yeah. We can tackle the concerns. We can also, of course, highlight the advantages and say, okay, this is different from the competitors, and this is why this will work. Yeah. So let me see. There's somebody, but hearing is poor. Okay, Maboko. Let me just see here on my side. I have a mic. But that should be fine. So maybe it's your computer, just increase the volume there. I'm going a little bit closer to my mic, maybe that also helps a little bit for you. Okay, so if you have any questions in between, it's like always, each and every Monday morning, it's an interactive webinar here. You have some questions regarding feasibility studies, no problem, just ask me. And at the end, if there are any other questions regarding any other topics, just ask. I'm here, I can answer that, most of them, not all of them. In some cases, I will say, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board. In few cases, yeah. Okay, so now we covered when do you need a feasibility study. If you want to start something, I've done 2 weeks ago a feasibility study for a friend from the US. They were thinking about buying a guest house here in South Africa. So I also did the full picture for them. We've done that for them, of course, in US dollars, so that they don't sit there and think, okay, now we need to calculate everything in from rand in US dollars. And also gave them some food for thoughts. So let's see what they come back with. And I'm also there. I'm critical. That's what a feasibility study is. It's not to paint everything pink. it is really to see, okay, these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages, so that you really can see, okay, so how can I overcome this? That is if it is for you in person, for you to make some informed decision. And then there are, of course, that the government institutions, if you have done a business plan, sometimes ask for feasibility studies. That's what we're just doing for another client. They want to open 4 fast food restaurants, and the NEF asked them, okay, we want to have 4 feasibility studies for each and every of these 4 markets. That means we need to have a look at the area where they are. We need to have separate financial forecasts. That's what they are requesting. And for me, it makes sense. You want to make sure that each and every of this location is profitable, yeah? And not, because I've seen that also lots of times, that somebody has one location because they love this location, 3 other locations are working profitable, and this one location is really, really suffering, and maybe it's not the right target market there, or so there is too much competition in this specific area, and it will really take long for them to take up the sales. And all these aspects are something what we definitely take care in the feasibility study, and what we will also do for the client. Sorry, give me a second. So we do 4 of them. We are not charging for 4 different ones, because there is lots of information what will stay consistent, but we will make the NEF happy and will dive deeper into more details for all 4 of these locations. Okay, Ben, what is the difference between a feasibility study and a SWOT analysis? Okay, so feasibility study is definitely having a look at your target market, your competitors, also maybe even how much staff you need to do these things. It's a little bit taking apart your business model. Yeah, it's not so much about the business, the company, the business owner. It's concentrating more on the business model. SWOT analysis is part of a feasibility study, and it's the strength and weakness is what is inside your individual business, your strength, your weaknesses, and the opportunities and threats would be for you and all your competitors. Yeah, so let's say here our power outages are a threat not only for you but for all your competitors. Yeah, so and then an opportunity would be, let's stay with the power outage, opportunity for all competitors would be to offer solar. Yeah, so the 2 first parts are definitely for inside of your business. It's a little bit more individual things. You may even have some control over it. You may even be able also to tackle individually. The opportunities and the threats are really for the whole industry, for you and for your competitors. That, and a SWOT analysis is definitely only a couple of pages. A feasibility study is more complex, and the SWOT analysis is part of the feasibility study. Yeah. Okay, thanks very much for that question. So you have different ways what you can tackle there. The one part is you want for yourself to know, is this the right way to do? The one lady I was talking in the beginning about wanted to buy a franchise, and the franchisor recommended this location. And obviously she was already a little bit wary and said, I'm not too sure if this is really the right thing to do. So that's why she asked us to do that. Yeah, or we do that for like the NEF, who says we want to have different feasibility studies for all the different locations just to make sure that we understand that it's not this is for all four locations. I think they were not too far away from each other, if I remember that correctly, what makes sense, because if you want to manage four locations and South Africa is so big, and you want to do one in Pretoria, one in Durban, one in Cape Town, and the other one in, I have no idea where, then these distances are for me absolutely mind-blowing, and this will be difficult, so it makes definitely business sense for them to have them close by. We just really dive deep then into the smaller areas of all four of these locations. So financiers asking for feasibility study, to what do? They usually prove there's a market. That's what you need, because if you have offtake agreements, and you can get offtake agreements for business to business transactions, what does this mean? It means you are selling directly to other businesses, so, and then that is not a problem. You have offtake agreement, you have that in writing, this other business is able to buy from me 100,000 units a month, 4,000 rand a unit. They confirm this, that they need this amount. They also confirm that the price is realistic, and although an offtake agreement is not binding, it still means, okay, there's obviously a market for these units out there, I've seen business plans where somebody said, oh, I will sell easily 1 million units in a year, and one in our bigger packages, we also do an industry and market research, and we determined there is not a big market like this. South Africa does not need 1 million units of this specific product, what they wanted to sell. So that means, okay, so you can't go as a startup into a market thinking about that you kick out all the other suppliers in one go, and then maybe double or triple the sales, the combined sales, what was there in the beginning. So it's unrealistic. And even if you say, I hear you, lots of people will say, oh, but there's export market. There is an export market. We are aware of it. An export market is really difficult as a startup to tackle. So I would always recommend, if possible, I know it's not in all and every industry possible, but set up a business, get offtake agreements from South Africans, then you can start you are able to raise the capital, you are able to set that up, and then you can grow. We are just doing a business plan for another business, and they definitely will tackle the international market with their product. And we also figured out that, but the capacity of the equipment, what they want to buy, is high. Oh God, and I'm kicked out here. Let me just see. Looks like I'm back in here. Okay. So let me start again. So for an export market, so that means that as a startup, it's really, really difficult. So because from somebody from a different country, from abroad, people want to have the factory set up, the manufacturing is working, they can check the quality, all is in order. So it's easier for you to say, okay, let's concentrate in the beginning on the local South African market, get offtake agreements from potential customers here, raise the capital, set that up, make sure everything is running smoothly, make sure you have all the certificates in place you may need also for the broad market. The specific business plan is also for food, so I'm sure they need to have HACCP and all these things in place, also according to the international market, of course, and then they can tackle the international market. They were clever, they thought about, okay, let's have a look about equipment, how many units are we able to process with this equipment, and then can say, okay, so there is enough capacity available to going abroad and export. Yeah. So just this is not why you need a feasibility study, just for you to understand that. Don't think about, okay, we can just start a business and concentrate on export only. I'm not saying it's impossible, but what you want to hear from me is you want to hear about the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest way for you to raise the capital. Yeah? Okay, so 23 minutes in this, and are there any questions at the moment? Let me just see if I can see something. We definitely have a couple of listeners this morning. Okay. No questions. Okay, I'm surprised. Let me just see. No, nothing comes up here. Okay, great. So then let's do it like this. If you have any questions, you know how to get hold of us. You can of course all use Facebook Messenger. Just make sure you use, please, the Funding Connection Facebook Messenger. I'm bad with my personal Facebook page. If you also follow me there, you see that I'm randomly posting some things. Always when I think it's interesting for my friends and I want to share something, I do that. But please use the business Facebook Messenger, or you can go onto our website. I just share that link here with you, fundingconnection.coza/contact. And Brent is there on the other side. He's able to assist you. He will ask you questions, and then he's able to guide you. That's one of our approaches, and definitely mission. Somebody comes to us, we want to give you the right direction. Either way, we offer one of our services, or also when we are not the right person to talk to, we will recommend to where you can go on to be able to start your business, to fulfill your dreams, or to expand, to diversify, and just make sure that this is a realistic approach, increasing your chances to raise the capital dramatically. Definitely something what I stand for and can confirm. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else. Yes, you're correct. Offtake agreements are not binding. Yeah. So that is why they at any time can say, because what they say is, as soon as you are ready, we will buy from you 100,000 units for a price of XYZ. Okay. It's not an order. An order is binding. You can't take on orders because you don't have the capacity at that moment to fulfill the orders. You can't even confirm that you will be able to fulfill the orders on the, let's say, 15th of January. Because you have no idea how long it will take to raise the capital and then to set up the factory and then be able to deliver. Agnes, isn't a confirmed export offtake agreement more secure? The potential to earn foreign exchange? No, an export offtake agreement is not more secure. From South Africa, because the government institutions or the financiers are able to do a due diligence on the off-taker. Yeah? Please don't ask your uncle or auntie to sign an off-take agreement, because an off-take or a startup. I also had, oh no, we wanted to deliver, there are some startups and we wanted to deliver our products to them because they will need it. You rely, you're setting up, I think they needed, what did they need it? 10 million US dollars, 200 million rand to set up a factory, to be able to supply somebody who hasn't set up their own factory, and you don't even know if they are ready when you're ready. you're taking a high risk. Don't do these things. Yeah. So, and definitely a financier don't want, does not want to do that. Yeah. So, and export offtake agreements are also more difficult because now you can't really check the other company. Are they real? And because that also means you are exporting your products and then you are getting paid when they receive the products. That adds an extra time to your payment terms. It the time frame increases. Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much. I think my husband is kicking me now out of the office. I'm sure you heard that. He just tried to he's locking his office always by having a key. So, and he needs it again. Okay, so take good care. I'm wishing you all the best. I'm wishing you an absolutely successful week. We definitely see us next week again. Take good care. If there's anything in between we can do, just please contact us. Okay, take good care. Bye.